So let us start with first control chart. Control chart for x bar comma r. Now any control chart, maybe a control chart for x bar r or sigma or p chart or any other chart. It consists of sequence of 6 steps. So in the first step, you should take the measurements on the observations. First one is measurement, means if it is a x bar chart, you should you should decide the sample size, either maybe 25 observations or 30 observations. So on how many observations you are going to collect the data, you should decide in the first step, which is called measurements. The actual work of the control chart starts first with the measurements. In the second step, we are going to select the samples. The second one is nothing but selection of samples or subgroups. After deciding the number, we are going to collect the individual observations like this: x1, x2, so on, xn. So after collecting this is called the first step is measurements. We are going to decide the sample size. Second one is nothing but selection of samples or subgroups. In the third step is nothing but calculation of the statistics. So if it is x bar chart, what are the statistics here? X bar is a statistic and r is a statistic. If it is a sigma chart, sigma is going to be the statistic. So in the third step, we are going to calculate the statistic. That is nothing but you should calculate x bar sample mean by the regular one 1 by n sigma xi. Okay. Now after this, after calculating the and range, how do you calculate range? Range is nothing but maximum of observations minus minimum of observations. You will calculate range, and you should calculate r bar, which is nothing but 1 by n sigma ri. So the first step, decide the sample size. In the second step, selection of samples. In order to make the control chart, it is essential to select the required choice of the sample size. Then in the third step, we are going to calculate the concerned statistic. Like if it is x bar r chart, you should calculate the sample mean x bar and range r and the mean of those range at x bar. In the fourth step, we are going to construct the setting of the control limits. As I said you that a control chart consists of 3 lines. You should set up a control limits. How many control limits are there? UCL, upper control limit, lower control limit, and control line. Every control chart, as I said you, consists of 2 dotted lines and 1 solid line with n here and statistic here. Means you should calculate UCL, LCL, CL. What is the formula? What is the chart we are discussing here? X bar. So you should write suffix here. Means upper control limit of x bar chart, lower control limit of x bar chart, CL of x bar chart. If it is an n chart, you should write UCLR, LCLR and CL. UCL x bar means, how do you write the control limits? If t is the statistic, expectation of t plus or minus 3 into standard error of t. Means here expectation of the statistic is x bar plus 3 into standard error of x bar, and expectation of x bar minus 3 into standard error of x bar and expectation of x bar. This is the way you should write the control limits. So UCL of x bar is expectation of x bar plus 3 into SE of x bar. UCL the same with negative sign. CL with expectation of x bar. These are written using the 3 sigma limits. Now what is we know that expectation of x bar is mu, since sample mean is unbiased estimator of population mean. What is SE of x bar? Standard error is sigma by root over n. So these are the basic control limits. What you got as control UCL of x bar is, as expectation of x bar is equal to this one, 3 into standard is 3 into sigma by root over n. LCL x bar is mu minus 3 into sigma by root n. CL is mu. So the same you can write with mu plus A sigma. If you replace A with 3 by root over n, we can write this as mu plus this entire quantity is as A, mu plus A sigma, mu minus A sigma, and simply mu. So if you observe the control limits, all these are involving mu comma sigma. Mu and sigma are population mean or population. We know that mu is population mean. Sigma is population ST. So we got the control limits are this one. These are the basic control limits. Again, we are going to have two cases for control limits. Those are nothing but control limits when standards are known and when standards are unknown. Standards are nothing but these. The population values are called standard. Always the population values may be known or may be unknown. So after constructing the basic standard limits, we are going to write control limits when standards are known, when standards are unknown. So when standards are known means when mu and sigma are known, we are going to use the same control limits. UCL of x bar is equal to mu plus A sigma. LCL of x bar is equal to mu minus A sigma. CL is mu, where A is nothing but 3 by root and all are known to you. Mu is given to you, sigma given to you, A can be calculated. So these three are calculated. When these are unknown, whenever the standards are unknown to you, we are going to modify the control limits. Let us see what are the modified control limits when standards are unknown to you. Those are nothing but UCL of x bar is x double bar plus A2R bar, and LCL is nothing but the same with negative sign, x double bar minus A2R bar. CL x bar is nothing but x double bar. Try to understand. In the first step we will write the measurements, second step sample groups, third step we are calculating the statistics, in the fourth step we are constructing the control limits. Basically you will construct the control limits using the 3 sigma limits like t, expectation of t plus or minus expectation of 3 into standard error of t. So we wrote the basic control limits. From this we are going to derive two cases, when standards are known and when standards are unknown. So these, when mu and whenever mu comma sigma are involved, we call those as control limits when standards are known. Whenever the standards are unknown, we are going to replace, means when mu comma sigma are unknown, we are going to use these control limits. So the fifth step is nothing but construction of control chart. After calculating this, you should construct the control chart. Under this step, we are going to consider a bivariate axis with sample number on x-axis. As this is the x bar chart, the statistic x bar is taken on y-axis. Now I think if this may be the case or this may be the case, you will calculate the values. If it is 14 point, all you will get numerical values. No, you will indicate the UCL at the corresponding value with the obtained value, LCL with the obtained value, and this solid line with CL. You should construct the control chart. After that, you will plot all the points on the graph. Okay, all the sample points. If all the sample points lie within these two lines, we say that the process is under statistical control. If at all one or more points go beyond this LCL or UCL, we say that process is out of statistical control. Means you should rectify the 4M's, any of the 4M's. Okay, again on brief I will explain. Either I said you that control chart for variables, you are going to read x bar r and x bar sigma. Whatever may be the chart, it is going to have a sequence of 6 steps. What are the 6 steps means? To construct a control chart and conclude, it starts with the measurement. selection of the sample size, calculation of the statistic, and setting up of the control limits using 3 sigma limits. After calculating the control limits, you should go for in all those when standards are known and when standards are unknown. You will discuss those two cases. Once these values are with you, you are going to construct a control chart with sample number on x-axis and statistic on x bar with dotted lines UCL and HCl, CL as the control line. After plotting all these values on the x-axis, sample points, if at all the sample points are beyond this UCL or below this LCL, you are going to conclude the process is out of statistical control. Some assignable causes are affecting this and you should rectify this. If all the points are within these control limits, we are going to conclude that the process is under statistical quality control. So even though you have a little bit confusion in this, in the next video I am going to discuss a problem on that. You will get more clarity regarding it. Okay, don't confuse, just try to understand. By doing the problem you can overcome the difficulty if you have any. Okay, thank you.